Just a second, please. Okay, so today we are here to see what is a salesforce, and so we'll discuss what is a salesforce now, what is the definition of salesforce, and so before moving on to the what is a salesforce, so first we'll see what is the cloud computing. Okay, so we need to know what is the cloud computing, what is the definition of it, and then we will jump onto the salesforce concept, and we'll come to know what is the difference between the salesforce and the cloud computing is. So first, the cloud computing. So cloud computing in the sense, so here basically you can see the two terms, one is the cloud and one is the computing. I'm writing something in the notepad, the computing. So cloud is nothing but, I can say it's an internet, and computing is nothing but any hardware or a software requirement is a computing. Okay, so basically in today's market and in today's life, you might have read so many articles in so many papers or so many websites saying that most of the companies in today's market, they're actually moving their data onto a cloud. Okay, so they're moving their data onto the cloud computing. So what does it mean by cloud computing? So for suppose if you access anything, something like I can say Gmail or YouTube or Twitter or WhatsApp, anything that you access in from your mobile, so you should definitely need a internet connection. So without having the internet connection, you can't access the Facebook, Twitter or WhatsApp or I can say Gmail or anything. So all these things, it's a different applications which are hosted by the different organizations onto a cloud. So which means onto your internet. So from the internet, by using the internet and your mobile device, you are accessing these different applications. Okay, it's not only the Gmail or YouTube or I can say the Twitter or WhatsApp. So whatever you access it today, you are accessing everything through the internet. So whatever you access is using the internet, that you call it as a cloud computing. If there is a process of communication through the internet, then you call it as a cloud computing. So now we'll see in depth of the definition of the cloud computing. So cloud computing is nothing but it's a delivery of the computing. So which is the delivery of the hardware or the software requirement as a service rather than as a product. So now what is a service? What is a product? Now we'll see. Okay, for suppose let's take Microsoft as one of the example, is an organization. So now let's say I'm having the Windows 8 operating systems I'm currently using. So now I want to upgrade to the Windows 10. So when I want to upgrade to Windows 10, so currently I have two different options. The first option is I can go to www.microsoft.com website. I can buy the licensed version by paying some $50 or $60. Then I can get the software file, get it installed in my machine, and I can upgrade it. So when I'm going to Microsoft website, I am buying and doing some transaction, I am downloading and installing. For all these things, the internet is actually involved. So which means, so here the Microsoft organization, they are giving their software requirement, which is the Microsoft Windows 10. They're providing their software requirement to the clients, to the end users over the internet. Okay, which is nothing but a cloud computing. But if any service is actually involved through the product, then it's not a cloud computing. So what is a product now? Again, let me take the same example, Microsoft and Windows 10. And the other one is other way how I can upgrade from Windows 8 to Windows 10 is I can go to the nearby shop, some any shop, and I can buy the license version in the CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. I can insert my DVD-ROM into my laptop and I can get it upgraded. So here the internet is not all involved. So here you're buying the license version in a CD-ROM, in a DVD-ROM, which is a product. Okay. So whenever the product is involved, that is not a cloud computing, and whenever the internet is involved, whenever you're taking some requirements from the companies, it could be hardware or software requirement, then it is a cloud computing. So if you go back to the definition again, so cloud computing is nothing but it's a delivery of the software or hardware requirement as a service. Okay, so when the companies host these services on the internet, and these services will be shared by the multiple resources. All the services are not designed only for 1 or 2 users. These services are shared by the multiple resources. Like how we have the Twitter or Facebook or WhatsApp, all these different applications are being shared by the multiple resources. You got it?
Yeah.
So when I say the different companies, they do provide the cloud computing in the different types of services. They provide it as services. Now basically in the cloud computing we have 3 types of cloud computing services. The first one is software as a service, which in short we call it as a SaaS. Second one, we have the platform as a service, which you call it as platform PaaS. The third one, you call it as a application as a service. Sorry, hardware as a service. Which you call it as HAS. Software as a service, application as a service, and hardware as a service. So any company, they can provide their services to the end users in any one of these services by using any one of these services. So now we'll see each and every services now. The first one is a software as a service. So that name itself, it will tell you, so software as services means the company, they will provide their software as a service to the end users, and they will host this software over the internet. For suppose here, if you look into this diagram on the left hand side, where you can have the vendor, which is having their software, which is an application. They host their software onto the internet, and from the internet, the clients, the end users can able to access it. Okay, and this software as a service, you can also call it as a application as a service. Okay, application as a service. So which means the applications instance, software service instance. So if you take an example, so whatever you access today in your mobile, whatever the applications that you are using, everything that you are using by using a concept called cloud computing. So like the Gmail, YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all these different kinds of applications, and these applications runs only by the internet. And the next best example that I can say in the software services is salesforce.com. So we are here to learn the salesforce.com. So now the salesforce.com is a part of the cloud computing, which comes under the software as a service. Salesforce.com is one of the applications like the Instagram and WhatsApp and Twitter, and these application also we can run in the mobile, also we can run in the, I can say, the laptop or desktop, wherever it is. But these applications, if you need to run, you should definitely need the internet connection with it. Okay, so now this is the difference between the cloud computing and the salesforce.com. Salesforce.com is one of the services in the cloud computing. So next, we'll see the platform as a service. So if you choose any company to get the platform as a service, so basically here you will get one platform. So platform in a sense, so before going on to the platform as a service, first we'll see the salesforce.com. So basically in the salesforce.com, in the real time on salesforce.com, you will build different kinds of applications. Build different applications. So you can build applications for the sales team, you can build application for the services team, you can build application for the marketing team, or I can say any risk team, or even you can build something like applications like oil and gas, finance applications, capital applications. So these are the different kinds of set of applications for different businesses which you can build in the salesforce.com. Okay, but now coming to the platform as service. So basically in the real time, if any of the company, they do provide the platform as service, basically they do provide the platform to build your own websites. Okay, so this platform as services, they do services include like where you can design your applications, you can develop your applications, you can deploy your applications, and you can also host your applications. So now we'll see what is meant by platform. So in the software service where you said the example is build applications, but to build any of the applications, so basically first of all we need the platform. Without having the platform, you can't construct any application. So if you take an example, let's say I'm one builder, I'm constructing one tall, some 15 to 20 floors of building. So basically when I want to construct a building, so definitely I need a one base. The base is the ground here. So without having the base, I can't construct the building in sky, right? In the same way, the building is here nothing but a software service, which is the application, and the base is nothing but your platform. Okay. The same way, this salesforce.com where you can actually build the different kinds of applications, and all these applications you can actually build on one of the platform, and that platform is nothing but the force.com. So force.com is the official platform for the salesforce.com organization. So all the applications, whatever you will be designing, you will be creating in the future in salesforce.com, all these applications will get hosted on the force.com platform. Okay, so this is your software and this is your platform. So now I'll show you one image where you can understand. So this is SFDC. So SFDC is nothing but salesforce.com. Salesforce.com, in short, we call it as SFDC. This is the model view controller architecture of your salesforce.com. On the right hand side, you can see the salesforce.com, which is the software as a service. Within the software as a service, you can actually build a lot of applications like sales application, marketing, partners, mobile, ideas. You can do many things. And all these applications are actually hosted on your platform called, on the down you can see the force.com, which is a platform as a service. And again, this platform as a service, which is the force.com, it gives you multiple services. Database is one service, integration is one service, security is one service, okay, user interface, application, they all these different kinds of applications, different kinds of services. So this is the difference between your platform as a service and the application as a service. Okay. So now we'll see the hardware as a service. So in our real time of salesforce.com, we'll be learning the application as a service, which is the salesforce.com, and we'll be learning the platform as a service, which is the force.com. Okay. So apart from these two services, we have one more service called hardware as a service. So this is just for your reference. So basically in the hardware as a service, which is, we also call it as infrastructure as a service. infrastructure as a service. So basically here, once you go with any of the company to get the service of hardware as a service, so here the companies, they are providing their hardware as a service to the end users, which means you are physically getting their infrastructure to for you. For basically, for suppose from software service you build applications and you hosted all your platform, all your applications by using in one of the platform. Let's say for suppose by using the first two services, I have built my own website. The website name is www.something.com. Okay, so when I have built my own website, so it is my responsibility, it is my duty to run this website 24/7. Each and every second my website has to run. But the problem is, and the concern here is, to run my website 24/7, I should maintain my own server. So I should maintain my own server, and my website has to be hosted on that server. The server has to be run 24/7, and the server should be in the separate room with the centralized AC and everything. So what I'm trying to say in the sense, it's actually a bit expensive for the normal people to maintain their own servers. Okay, so instead of this, so what I will do in the sense, so once I have built my own website, I will approach to the companies where they do offer infrastructure as a service. So the moment they provide infrastructure as a service, I will host my website onto their server. So which is a I can say some paid service, like 1 month it will cost $20 or $30, differs from your size of your website. The moment I host my website onto their servers, then they can run my website on my behalf. Then my website will be running 24/7. Okay, so this is one of the example, which is hardware as a service. So now we'll see in depth of the Salesforce now. Salesforce CRM. So again, before seeing the Salesforce, which is a CRM, so first we'll see what exactly the CRM means. CRM is nothing but the customer Oh guys, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Just 2 minutes guys, I'll be back. 2 minutes please.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the concept called the CRM. So CRM is the customer relationship management. So what is the customer relationship management? So customer relationship management in the sense, so whenever in the real time, whenever if you're in the process of getting the new project to your company, so you need to maintain some relationship with your management. You need to maintain some relationship with your customer. So then here it will tell you how well you can actually maintain the relationship with your customer. Okay, so if there is some company called, let's say, General Electric, and it has its own Salesforce projects. So whenever it has its own Salesforce projects, now they want to get a contact from the different companies to give the projects to different clients. Let's say in the queue there is a TCS company and there is some Wipro company. So when there is a TCS company and Wipro company to get the project from the General Electric, so it's a responsibility of the TCS and the Wipro company to showcase how well they can do the project if they get it. So then they will tell, so if you get us the project, then we can able to finish off the project within a deadline, and we have a number of resources and all these resources are the certified resources. So these are the different ways how they can showcase about their company's abilities and positives and everything. Okay, so here these companies, they're actually maintaining the relationship with their customer. This is nothing but the customer relationship management. So basically in the Salesforce or in the real time, we do have so many different kinds of CRMs. So like the Siebel CRM, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Sugar CRM, we had the project from Cebu CRM. Now after they got to know about the positives and about the user interface and how well the user friendly of the Salesforce, now they are shifting their data from the Cebu to the Salesforce. Okay. Okay. So now here we have a few more concepts. The first one is a multi-tenant. So I can say the Salesforce CRM platform is a multi-tenant architecture. So what is a multi-tenant? So I can say this logical diagram is a multi-tenant architecture. So what does it mean in a sense? So whatever you see here, this is a cloud. Okay, within a cloud we do have different services: software service, platform as service, infrastructure as service. So whatever the service that is hosted on the internet and outside the internet and outside the cloud, if any of the services is being shared by the multiple resources. So outside the cloud we have multiple resources: laptop, phones, devices, clients, end users, and everything. If any of the resource is being shared with multiple resources, then I can say it as a multi-tenant architecture. So Salesforce.com is not only the multi-tenant architecture. So we do have so much, everything, whatever you access in the internet, that are called the multi-tenant architecture. Okay. So this, I can say this is one of the interview question in your in the real time. The interview will ask you why the Salesforce is a multi-tenant architecture, or what is a multi-tenant architecture. So even though in tomorrow, so whenever we are discussing some any concepts, some any important concepts or anything, so I'll be also teaching you in the interview perspective as well. So then I'll tell you this is gonna be your interview question, and this is how the interview will ask you, and this is how you need to answer them. So because
Okay.
as from the last 7-8 years I've been in the Salesforce platform, so even I've been taking the interviews as well from the last few years. So I know what all the questions that you'll be getting. Okay, so the next point here is the automatic upgrades. So automatic upgrades in a sense. So before going on to automatic upgrades, first we'll see how to access the Salesforce application. So whenever you need to access your Salesforce application, you only need the device. It could be a laptop system or mobile device or any smartphone or tablet tab, anything. So device along with the internet connection. If you have these two things, then you can access your salesforce.com application from anywhere, anytime. Okay. So whenever I want to access my Salesforce application, so I need to go to the login.salesforce.com. Okay. So this is the link to access my salesforce.com instance, salesforce.com application, where I can provide my username and my password and click on login. So once I log in, then I can access my own salesforce.com application. Login.salesforce.com. See, as this salesforce.com is hosted on the internet and directly we are accessing all these applications, all the Salesforce applications through the internet. The next point here is we have the automatic upgrades. So automatic upgrade in a sense, basically in the salesforce.com organization, salesforce.com application, we do have three releases in a year. So in a year, we'll be having three releases. The first release name is the spring, second release name is the summer, and the third release name is the winter. So they have just taken the season names and they have kept it to their release names. Spring, summer, and the winter. So for every 4 months, the salesforce.com will be upgrading to the new release. So as this is a 2017 year, so in this year we'll be having the spring 17, summer 17, and winter 17. Okay, and earlier previous year we had a spring 16, summer 16, and winter 17. Next year it will be spring 18, summer 18, and winter 18. So for every 4 months, the salesforce.com will be upgraded to the new version. Okay, for suppose let's take any one of the example of, let's say, Java. Okay, so today for suppose you have downloaded and installed the 1.8 version of Java, and after a few weeks or few months the Java has released a new version, let's say 1.9. So when you got to know there is a new version of 1.9, you need to manually download the new version and you need to manually install it in your local machine and upgrade it. So everything is a manual process every time the Java is upgraded to the new version. But in the Salesforce, that is not the case. It's a automatic upgrades. First, suppose if today if you are registered with the Spring 17, after 4 months it will be automatically upgraded your application to Summer 17. Then after 4 months it will be automatically upgraded to your Winter 17. Got it?
Okay.
So next we have the subscription, low lot setup fee, fixed price and fixed predictable cost. So for this we have one of the concept called editions. So in Salesforce we have different types of editions. We have something like professional edition, enterprise edition, and unlimited edition. Professional, enterprise, and unlimited. Okay, so in the first point I told you, in the salesforce.com, basically you will build the different kinds of applications for the different teams. Okay, so when you build the different applications or followed by the objects, fields, the coding part and everything, you will be having some certain limits. Maybe the limits on number of objects, number of applications, or the length of the code, or number of lines of the code, or the space constraints, or the file size constraints. It could be any constraints. You will be having the different set of limits in a Salesforce application. If you choose your application in the professional edition, then maybe you might be getting some where you can create maximum of 10 applications followed by 50 objects, followed by where you can store only 1 GB of data. If you choose the enterprise edition, it is a bit bigger to professional but smaller to unlimited edition, where you can create 15 applications I'm just an example, followed by 70 objects where you can store 3 GB of data. And if it is unlimited edition, it is everything is unlimited. There is no limit in the Salesforce application. Okay, but if you choose in the real time, in the real projects, if you choose either professional or enterprise or unlimited, everything is not a free of cost. Okay, you need to pay for it. If you choose your Salesforce instance as a professional edition, then you should pay around $125 per single user per single month. So to maintain one user for 1 month in your Salesforce application, you need to pay $125 if you choose professional edition. So don't worry, here we are not paying to the Salesforce application. It's a responsibility of your organization's account manager. He will get the report on monthly basis on how many users are accessing the Salesforce application. Then they will pay it to the Salesforce organization. And the same way, if you choose the enterprise edition, it would cost around $175 again per single user per single month, and unlimited edition it would cost around $250. Okay, so professional, enterprise, and unlimited. But here we are here today to learn the Salesforce application. So we are the beginners. So as we are the beginners, as we are the learners, so obviously I can't pay $150 or $200 or $300 just for to learn something, right? So apart from this professional, enterprise, and unlimited edition, salesforce.com, it is also giving you one of the edition called developer edition for the beginners, and it is a free of cost. Okay, and there is no expiration for this. If you choose the developer edition, whatever you actually get it in your professional or enterprise unlimited, everything you will get it, but with more and more limits and more restrictions. So in our regular classes, you will get an access to the developer edition. I will get it access. Then we'll see the practical sessions in it. Okay. So that is what the subscription. Subscription is nothing but where you need to subscribe for the different editions, and no lot setup fee. So which means each and everything is you don't need to prepare some lot setup to access salesforce.com. You only need your device and the internet. And the fixed price and predictable cost, which is this the different editions is fixed price, and these are the predictable cost for this. So instead of accessing these three editions, you will get access for the developer edition. Okay. So apart from these editions, in the salesforce.com, as I told you earlier, so you will basically build the different kinds of applications. So when you build your different kinds of applications, and sometimes your client requirements will be very complex, saying that I want to navigate from this page to that page automatically. I want to update one field based on another field automatically. So I want to do some code parts and everything. So now we'll see what are the different categories available in the salesforce.com application. So basically we have the two categories. One is the administration and one is the development. So in administration, so everything is a point and click, everything is a very pretty easy to understand, and everything is you can see it in UI. So you just need to practice it, that's all. So everything is very easy. So in the administration, you will be creating the multiple applications followed by objects, followed by records, followed by fields. Okay, so in the regular classes we'll do what is an application, what is an object, records and fields and everything, and you'll be creating, you'll be learning the concept of the profiles, roles, sharing settings, okay, and record visibilities, and I can say some data managements and mobile or email management. And workflow rules, approval process, and the list goes on. There are many things in administration which you will be learning, but everything, whatever you will be learning this, everything is just a point and click, and it's very pretty easy to understand. Okay. Now, apart from the administration, so then you will jump on the development concepts. So I can say, even though if you are not from the background, I mean the coding background, so you don't need to worry about this, because in my 8 years of experience, as of now, I had done 8 to 9 projects. So 85 to, I can say 85 to 90% of your project requirements, you can able to finish it off within by using the administration concepts. And that is how well your salesforce.com is designed. Whatever your requirement is, you can actually finish off, you can fulfill your requirement by using the salesforce.com administration. Okay. And if there is any complex, I can say any complex requirements which you cannot able to do through the administration, then you need to jump on the coding part, which is the development. So in the development, we have the two new languages. One is Apex and one is Visual Force. Okay, Apex and Visual Force. So Apex is nothing but it's, I can say it's a Java-like structure. The whatever you follow, the methods, the parameters, the data types, the access modifiers, everything is a, I can say, Java-like syntax. Even if you take a look into the flow and the transaction control statements, the 80% of the look-wise of your Apex looks like your Java. Okay. So in another way, I can say to learn Apex, the prerequisite is the Java programming. If you know the Java, then you can understand the Apex very well. Now coming to the Visual Force. So Visual Force is basically like here you can create your own pages. Here you can create your own custom pages. You can override any of the standard existing predefined Salesforce pages. You can create your own websites. So you can change the look and feel of the Salesforce. So everything you can redesign the Visual Force pages. And this is a scripting language. And to understand the Visual Force, you should have known the HTML. Okay. If you know the HTML, then you can understand the Visual Force very well. So not only HTML, so if you know the CSS, JavaScript, I can say jQuery or XML. If you know all these languages, all scripting languages, then you can actually do wonders in Visual Force page. So Visual Force has its own tags, similar like your HTML. If you take HTML as an example, you will write HTML something like this, or open tag, and you will write your body and the close tag. Alright. Similarly, like your HTML, the Visual Force, it will be open tag will be Apex page. You will write your body here and close the tag. So when this is the Visual Force page, when I say it is a body, so this body, it can be written in HTML, CSS or JavaScript or jQuery or XML. Any language that you write, the Visual Force page can able to understand it. Okay. So here, my question to you guys, to Priya and Itukulan. So do you have any background experience on the Java or any one of these scripting languages?
I have experience in Java and HTML.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
I have experience on Java, HTML, and JavaScript, and I
Okay.
know XML.
Okay, then that's pretty fine. Awesome. Right. So if you are aware of any of the, I mean, even if you know the basic concepts of Java and HTML, it's very much fine. So then you can actually understand. It will make you to understand the Apex and Visual Force a bit easier. It make you easier. Okay. So the last button slide. So these are different recognitions that salesforce.com organizations has got. There are so many different recognitions. This is my one of my old slide. So apart from this, after this slide has prepared, there are so many recognitions the salesforce.com organization has got. Okay, and here I forgot to mention you one point when I discussed Salesforce CRM. So basically the salesforce.com is the organization, it's a company, and it has its own application. It has its own application called salesforce.com. Salesforce.com is an organization, and also salesforce.com is a company. And it was launched in the year 1999 by a person called Mark Benoit. He was actually the chief executive to the company called Oracle until the year 1998. So he resigned to the company called Oracle in 98, and then along with his friends and his colleagues, he launched a new company called salesforce.com in the year 1999. But from the 1999 until the year 2005, so there was other CRMs in the market like Siebel CRM, others SAP CRM, which is very having good boom in the market. So then they salesforce.com organization, they come up with very innovative ideas and very innovative subscriptions and many things. Then from the year 2005, I can say 2007, then most of the companies, one after the other company, they started shifting their data onto the Salesforce. Okay, so the last point in our demo is the duration. So duration, it would take the 30 to 35 hours. I would like to mention it hours rather than the days. So if I take one day equals to 1 hour, then it will take 30 to 35 days. So where administration is very important than the development. So administration, it will take around 20 to 22 hours. The rest 10 hours it will go to the development. And the last 2 to 3 hours where we can discuss any doubts or any projects, the resume preparations, the certifications and everything. And yes, in the salesforce.com as well, we do have different certifications where you can write certifications in administration or development. Okay, we have the normal administration and advanced administration, like the development and advanced development. Okay, so I have 4 certifications in Salesforce. If you want to take a look, it will look something like this. This is the developer. It's saying salesforce.com certified force.com developer, and this is the administrator, certified administrator, and this is the it's consultant exam, sales cloud consultant. Apart from this, I have one more certification that's not in my laptop, which is called a platform developer. So if you're willing to prefer to write the certification as well, yes, you can write. So even though when I'm teaching you on salesforce.com, so if I come across with any of the certification question, I'll tell you this is the certification question.
Okay.
And this is the
without having any experience, just studying and doing the training, can we do at least the lower level certification? Can we pass it?
I didn't get your question, Priya.
We don't have actual experience, so just taking the classes and preparing by ourselves, can we just at least do the low level certification?
Yes, definitely you can do it. That I can assure you. So I'm not giving you any false statements here. I don't want to show you anything. But clearly I'm saying, so the way that we are going to teach and the way that you are seeing the classes and everything. So here the best thing what we can do in the sense, so whenever we are starting the sessions, I can make you the organizer for the GoToMeeting so that you can actually record the sessions if you want. So no other institutes actually allow you to record the video session, but here we are allowing you to you can actually record the sessions. So even though in future, whenever you have any queries, you can go to your record sessions and you can practice the sessions again. Coming back to your question, certifications, and yes, you can do it. And basically, so whenever I'm going to the concept of everything, I will clearly explain you in 3 different ways. The first one is to transfer the knowledge. The second one is to clear off your interview. The third one is to clear your certifications. So once the certification, once the administration part is completed, then I'll tell you how to train for your certifications. There are different ways to approach, like taking the mock test, and also I'll share you some of the questions as well that you can also do it. But the only thing that I want from you guys is the practice. Salesforce is all nothing but a practice. There is no any theoretical information, it's only the practice. From the day 1 onwards, the practical sessions will start.
Okay.
Okay, so once our 35 days or 35 hours is completed, so right after the 35 days, within the next 10 days, or I can say, 10 days, you can write the certification and you can get the low level certification for sure. That I can give
Oh,
guarantee.
Okay, so as you will teach, will you give us assignments also to complete so that we can
Yes,
read? Okay,
yes.
thank you.
So I can give assignments once in a week, something like small mini projects, I can say. Whatever the concept that we are discussing in a week, I'll give over the weekend. Then you can sit and you can practice and you can complete the mini projects.
okay.
Okay, guys. So this is all about my demo. So you have any questions, any queries?
Yeah, I have a question. So, uh, I will be so this trainings, is it like every weekend or every day?
It depends on your feasibility and my feasibility. So if you want weekend batches are available, weekday batches are available, or
Uh-huh.
morning your time or evening your time. So based on your feasibility and my feasibility. So it's both
Oh,
of has to be free at the same time.
okay. Yeah, because when I talked to the company, I got the email for the first lecture, and like I just finished the first lecture with you. So should I
Mhm.
like send an email back saying I'm interested in joining or something? Because I want my offer letter first. So how do I
Okay.
do that?
I guess you can reply back to the same email and saying that if you're interested, you can willing to continue the sessions, and
Uh-huh.
you can mention some of your feasible timings. If it's a weekend, weekdays, based on your time, morning or evening sessions, you can mention
Okay.
some preferable timings. Then they'll contact me, and I also need to check with my calendar and everything, because I do have the other commitments. I have office and I have other batches as well. So I need to check my feasible timings as well. Then based on your feasible and my feasible, we can start a new batch.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So basically, preferably, what timings is it fine for you, Priya and Tatikata?
I feel
For
like
me,
I can.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, thanks. I feel like I can do like after 6 o'clock every day, or weekends, like anytime.
Oh, after 6 p.m. your time, USA time?
I mean like after 7 p.m. Indian time, 7 a.m. Indian time. So
Okay, so now it is 8 a.m. So you're saying 7 a.m. India time every day.
yeah, I mean the time we met today.
Okay,
Yeah, we can do it.
it works for you.
Yeah.
Then awesome. So yeah, then we can plan it out.
Yes.
Yeah. And for you, Priya?
Yeah, same for me. Today's time works for me. Or I do not have preference for weekday or weekend. It is good to me whenever you guys are available.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So you can drop them an email. So based on the feasible times, then I'll let you know when preferable time for you.
Okay. Thanks, Pradeep.
And I'll provide you my contact number so you can contact me if you want.
Okay.
So I'll give my number to all my candidates so that I'm on WhatsApp as well. So whenever if there is any delay or if I couldn't able to take the class, if I'm not well, even if you're not well, if you couldn't able to attend the class, you can let me know in advance or I can let you know in advance so that we can push the class or prepone or postpone or cancel. Then we can only directly interact between myself and you. Okay, so please take a contact and you can drop me a message and then we can take this forward.
Okay. Pradeep, do you have an email or something I can use, or?
You can actually use my contact number. You can
Okay.
drop me a text anytime.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions, guys? So before I wrap it up.
No, not for me.
Okay. Any questions from your side, Priya?
I think I'm good for now. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day and hope you had a good session from the demo. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye.
Bye.